No upfront contracts, none of that stuff.
Why not?
It's good stuff, I use it all the time.
That's what works.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Hi, Dr. Page.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Katie Duncan here with ADP.
Katie,
Nice
good to
to
meet you.
finally
Please,
meet you.
please.
Oh, take a seat. Thank you. How's your day going?
Oh, it's like herding cats.
Why is that?
It's just been very, very busy, and it's always very busy here.
That's a good problem.
You know, being a doctor and you know, just people in and out all day long, and you run from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. and it's kind of late now. I've only got about 20 minutes, so
Okay.
let's get down to it.
Okay, that's fine. I brought you my business card. I think you'll want to hang on to that.
Okay.
Later on in the meeting, I'm going to tell you an incentive for some free payroll. And I
Okay.
know that people like free things, so
Okay.
you'll want to keep that handy.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, do I get a sheet to grade you on out of roll here?
No.
Okay, good.
Okay, well, thank you for taking the time to meet with me. I know that your time's extremely valuable, so I'd really just like to talk to you a little bit about your business. I talked to your wife, Ellen, extensively.
Yeah, she, by the way, is not here today. She
Okay.
is kind of busy, and so you've got to deal with me instead.
Okay, well, she made it seem like you're the one who makes the decisions. Is that true?
Have you ever known that to be true with a husband? Come on. Be
That's
real.
very true. Well, she was extremely interested in this because she said that it's very stressful, her job, and it's supposed to be a part-time job for her and taking care of
Well,
the
it
kids.
started out that way, but with the second location and the extra
Right.
employees and such, it's just taking more time, Katie, than she, wants to spend. So she's making me look at this. So
Okay. Well, I hope that you feel differently at the end of the sales call, that you will be delighted to look at this because this can save your company a lot of money and time and your happy wife, happy life, right?
good.
Okay, so you mentioned the second location that you just opened.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
We opened a second location in Peachtree.
Okay.
We're growing pretty well. We've got about 20 employees here. We've got 15 in Peachtree. We're probably looking to hire another 4 or 5 people over the next 12 months in the Peachtree location
Okay.
to ramp that up.
Do you mind if I take notes?
No, please.
Okay, so you're hiring 4 to 5 new people. Do you have any idea how you're going to source those jobs?
No, we haven't looked at that yet. I mean, we normally just place ads on Craigslist and go through the 7-week interviewing process and all that stuff.
Oh, okay, that's a pretty long process.
Well, it's you got to hire the right people, so it takes time.
That's true. Well, ADP actually has proprietary software that we use for human resources and sourcing jobs. It's called ADP Hiring, and we
Okay.
help you make your job descriptions. We also help boost your descriptions out to multiple platforms so that you don't have to manually enter those yourself. So if Craigslist is something you're interested in, you could do that. But we want to get you quality candidates with high success rates in employment. So we're going to put that on Career Builder, Monster, Indeed, and any other platforms that you would hope.
Okay.
We also do background checks and other employee information sourcing.
Okay, that's good to know.
So yeah, that could help you with your 5 more employees. And I heard that you were wanting to open another location in the coming years.
We're exploring another location in Tyrone, Georgia.
Okay.
Right now, we're probably 6 to 8 months out to start looking on that.
Okay, interesting. So that's a little ahead of the game. Well, Ellen said that she's spending about 15 hours a week just putting in employee data into your system. Would you agree that that's true?
That I don't know if that's what she told you.
Okay, well, she's mentioned that it was about 15 hours a week.
15 hours a week? 15 hours
15
a month?
No, 15 hours a week regarding the updating employee information.
Really, that much?
Yeah, so will you do me a favor and just value your wife's hourly time? About how much would you pay her an hour?
We pay her, she takes home $1,000 a week, so what does that come out to an hour?
$1,000 a week. Well, how many hours is she working?
She's working, well, figured at 40 hours.
Okay, so
It
you're
was
valuing
supposed
that
to
at
be part-time, but she's
$25 an hour for her time.
approximately.
So $25 an hour times 15 hours a week times 52. Does she work 52 weeks in a year?
Yeah, she works probably about 48 weeks a year.
Okay, times 48. We're looking at $18,000. Does that sound right? 15
Yeah,
hours.
that's about right.
Okay, so $18,000 on human resources alone.
Yeah.
And your wife's time.
Oh, no, that's payroll. That's not HR. That's just payroll.
No, that was the human resources that she's spending 15 hours a week updating the employee information in the system.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Much. With just 35 employees, why is he spending so much time?
Right, exactly. So that's why she's so concerned and stressed about this, and she doesn't think it's sustainable. She used the word efficiency a lot, saying that this was a really inefficient process.
Well, I'm
for
a
her.
bottom line guy. I want to know how all this is going to save me money because what I've heard, payroll is expensive to have processed at a house.
Out of house, and I think it's more expensive if you're dedicating your time because we have the software that we've developed to efficiently do the process. and save you time and money. So we're getting to that.
Okay.
Okay, so regarding your taxes, your wife does that as well?
Yeah, she does the basic stuff. We have the accountant who does it, but she's gotta do all the prep work.
Okay, so
She'll file the sales tax each month, but the taxes we have the accountant do, but she takes time putting that together.
Okay, she valued her time around 20 hours a year working on taxes, which isn't too much.
Yeah, that's, a couple of days a year, 2-3 days a year.
Okay, she did say it was kind of a heartache though, and not very much fun for her.
Well, that's what her job is. That's why they call it work, not, they don't call it fun.
That's very true, but aren't there any profit building activities that she could do that would save you her time to put towards more efficient
She'd
processes?
probably take the time off and spend it with the kids.
Would you support that?
Yeah.
Okay, well then wonderful. Have you had any issues where you owed the IRS anything after improper tax?
Not in 3 or 4 years. No real pressing problems. We had one mess up about 4 years ago, but it was a one-time thing.
Okay, well I'm glad to hear that then. How does she stay up to date on the changing tax laws?
I don't know. Would be
Okay.
the right answer.
That's a fine answer. Most people say they just Google it, and that's kind of a
I
very...
imagine she'll go to the state website, or I know she gets some mail from them on stuff like that.
Okay,
I don't pay attention to that stuff. I'm
Okay.
a doctor, for God's sakes.
okay. Oh, well, I definitely appreciate that and love your line of work. So thank you for doing what you do, but we definitely need Ellens in the world as well.
Yes.
So she said that she hates looking up these laws, and also they're constantly changing, and it's just impossible to keep up with. So
I'm
ADP,
sure it is. It's like me trying to keep up on all the medical stuff with all the continuing education.
right? Do you have someone that helps you with that, or you just do it on
No,
your
I've got
own?
to do it myself. Nobody can do the continuing education credits for me.
Right, that's very true. Okay, well, at ADP we have a process where we relay the information to our teammates, to our
Mhm.
members at ADP, and we do the process, and then we just do it for you so that it's
Okay.
not a hassle for you and your business. Since you are a doctor's office, you're not specializing in the accounting part of it.
No, correct.
And she mentioned that you're considering hiring an accountant to do payroll and taxes.
Well, yeah, we've actually looked into putting a full-time bookkeeper in place.
Okay, a
That is
bookkeeper.
an alternative that you're up against.
Okay. Well, I think that our system will be much cheaper for you, but that's definitely up to your discrepancy. So, considering payroll, you mentioned that you think that it's expensive. What are you currently doing to process your payroll?
Well, currently it's all processed in-house. We got a payroll system. We process it twice a month. We use something in the Microsoft family. I'm not sure what the exact name of the software is. And once a year we upgrade it to get the new tax information. That's probably where she gets the tax information. She upgrades the software and boom,
How much
ready
does
to
that
go.
cost?
It's $1,000-$1,500 a year. Not that expensive. It's,
Okay, 1,500 or 1,000?
about $1,500 a year.
Okay, 1,500. Got it. Okay, so have you had any problems with that current situation?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Not that I can think of. I mean, it's updating it and learning the new stuff, and there's always changes. Software is software. It's, this new stuff with the HIPAA, you have to do everything on a pad. I had to learn all that stuff.
Understandable. Okay, so your wife is the one who does it primarily, though.
Yep.
So what if something were to happen with the kids, maybe, or her own health, and she wasn't capable of processing the payroll?
I hadn't thought about that.
Would that be an issue for your company?
Imagine we have to get somebody in at that point.
Okay. Well, what if ADP could provide you a software system that either you or your wife or anyone in the office could process the payroll on the go at the convenience of your phone, your tablet, computer system? Would that be something that you'd be interested in?
I definitely want to explore it.
Okay. Well, right now, so your wife said that she spends about 5 hours processing payroll each week. And then would you say that there's any inaccuracy in that?
That's a good question. I mean, we haven't had any real, occasionally somebody's off by an hour or two. I think one of the things we have the biggest problem with is when people take time off before they've earned it.
Okay.
We have to track it all manually, and we had somebody leave about 2 months ago. Turns out they had taken 7 more days than they were entitled to in time off. It was because they had family problems, some kids were sick and whatnot, and we just figured they'd catch up, and there's no way to recoup that.
That's bad for business. It's
Well,
a
no,
lot of lost money.
it doesn't hurt. I mean, it's not bad for business, but it does cost. I paid them for time they never put in.
I understand.
It's like giving them
the
an extra
concern
week's
there.
worth of pay.
Okay, well, we actually have proprietary software. It's called Run, and it's an app that ADP provides for customers. So you and your employees would have access to this app. and they clock in manually by
Mhm.
themselves on their phone. And we have all encrypted software so that it's safe, it's private.
Do they have to physically be present in the building to sign in? Or can they
Not
sign
to sign in, they can look at it elsewhere.
Okay, all right.
But to clock in, yes, they do need to be in the building.
Okay, so it's proximity wise, okay.
Exactly. So they clock in and they clock out, and it tracks all of their hours. And
So if
then
they don't come in one day, they've never clocked in or out, and it
Perfect.
shows they weren't there, okay.
Yes,
all right.
exactly. And actually, I can just show you it. So I'll have you do it for me. So we're gonna process your payroll.
Mhm.
So will you click resume up at the top? Okay. So this is showing the dates of which we're doing right now. Now click resume down there. Okay. Now this shows a list of all of your employees. You can go in and you can click individual ones. This shows you their hours, their salary. You can see here vacation hours, sick hours. That's what you were just saying the concern was.
Mhm.
So this tracks it for you, and there's no more of that manual checking and the discrepancies that come along with that. Okay, so now go ahead and click preview for me and calculate. Okay. And now this shows the cash required from your bank account to do the direct deposit. Do you currently have direct deposit?
Yeah, we do direct deposit.
Okay, well, this is similar. So that's the money that you would need, and then you're gonna go ahead and down at the bottom, click approve.
Okay, I'm just looking at, so for instance, for this payroll, it's $8,768, so
Yes,
there's
sir.
about a $240 charge to run that payroll.
Well, then we have the employee taxes and all the other, I think down here it should add up to exactly the one that we're looking at.
So
The
the cash
9,000.
required is 9,000, if the gross pay is 8,700, and then the taxes are come out of that or added on to that?
Added on to that to
So
get
that's
the
my,
9,000.
my 941, okay.
Yes, sir.
So I need $9,500, how come I only need 9,000 to do payroll if the total payroll is 9,500?
It's a credit system, so maybe you can pay off some of it later.
Okay, because that's a little unclear, so if I hit approve.
Well, if it had your direct numbers in it, then it would be different. But this is just our demo for.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so you
Approve
go ahead and click
payroll.
approve, and you're done. Do you see how
And
efficient
that
that
tells me I
was?
have to have $9,000 in the bank, and if I do
Yes.
have to do any changes, I can do it right in here.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's good.
So you or your
Simple.
wife could process the payroll in less
Do
than
I
a
need an
minute.
iPhone to do it?
No, you
Because
do
I have
not.
an Android. Will
You
it
can
work
use
on an
Android.
Okay.
Android, you can use your tablet or anything that you
At
would
my
like.
age, you're lucky you don't have a BlackBerry. Right?
People still do, but I don't know how.
I don't know how either. I mean, heck, I've always been I've always gone after the technology that works for me and just learned how to use it.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad that you can stay up to date. So do you have any questions for me?
What should have I asked you that I didn't ask you?
Well, you could ask me anything if you want to ask about price, because that seems to be your
Talk
biggest
to me
concern.
about price then.
Okay, I think this is where we get the business because of our price. You said that you were concerned that it was going to be expensive, but it's really not. If we look at, you said that your wife was spending $18,000 of human resources alone. We didn't go ahead and calculate the payroll or the taxes because
Correct.
you said that wasn't a huge concern. But if you'd like, we can go further and do that as
Okay.
well. Do you want to calculate her
No,
time for
that's
that?
not necessary.
Okay, so $18,000 for your wife's time alone in human resources. You're also doing an annual fee of $1,500 on just an upgrade for your current system, which is costing
Correct,
your,
the software, yeah.
which is costing
Plus the time to install it and all the other stuff.
exactly. So that's your wife's time and energy and stress level, as well as your actual money going into that system that you're using now. For 35 employees, well, actually, can I ask you, do you have one tax ID or two for your two offices?
One tax ID.
Perfect. Okay, so for 35 employees, we're looking here at $31 to $40. Now, if you only wanted the payroll, it would be $58.95 per processing period.
Right.
Okay, now if you wanted the HR and the payroll, would you be interested in the HR?
Well, tell me what it is, and this is like twice per month then?
Twice per month, exactly.
Okay.
26 periods is a year. So $78.95 would be if you wanted HR as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if we calculate that would you like me to calculate the $78.95 or the $58.95?
Go the $78.95.
Okay, so $78.95 times 26 in a year is $2,052. That's only $500 more than just your software upgrade annually. Not to mention your wife's time and stress.
That's actually a whole lot cheaper than I thought.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, our customers love our prices. And then also, like I mentioned earlier about my business card, we
Yeah.
have an incentive for you to get free payroll if you join now, 2 months of free free payroll.
Which
And
saves
then,
us a couple $100.
exactly. And then if you refer any of your business friends or just friends in general, if they sign up, if you sign up 4 of them, you get a whole year of payroll for free.
Wow.
So I'll leave this with you.
Excellent.
Is it something that you think you would be interested in?
I'm definitely interested in it. I gotta let you know, I do have a friend in the payroll business. He works with paychecks. I promised him that I would talk to him. I play golf with the guy every week, so I've gotta at least talk to him.
Okay.
But let me go over it with my wife, and can we get back to you, Monday, Tuesday of next week? And could you come back in if she wanted to talk to you?
Yes, certainly. I'm always available. Just reach out to me on my phone.
Excellent.
Email if you'd rather that, and I'll be here whenever you would like.
Very good, Katie.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Very good.
I'll leave these papers with you for pricing if you want to talk to her about
Good,
it.
that would be helpful.
And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me.
No, not a problem at all.
Okay, thank you so much.
Good.
Bye bye. Have a good one.
Good, now you can stop our recording.